Right, so this is December 9th, 2020, and it is the second day of the body shopping activity. Today, as a continuation of the activity, I had to do a little bit of an attitude adjustment because of a lapse that was found in one of the teams. There was a groupism that was found very apparently in the group's performance, so I had to take some control and I had to advise, counsel, get some facts, and I had to talk to every single individual whom I thought was a little faulty and holding up some mistakes in their behavior, and I had to correct that. This normally happens in the MS evening sessions. I put things point blank, but at the same time I make sure that the facts are properly received, because the best way to settle the dispute is receiving the proper facts, correct the proper facts. And unfortunately the team will face the penalty, and here it is advised that you have to take out the me and you have to put the we in the place when it is a teamwork. And the opposite team is given as a best example because they did really well than the ace performing team. So moving on to that and substantiating the faults and errors that they had committed, some advice had to be given, and then wanted to move on, and they were given the minus. That's what they are noting down now. And after that there was a kind of a friction, and in order to take away that friction, a light moment had been shared, and sometimes we try to pull the legs off the people, make a little bit of a prank of an individual so that the other people find it love. At the same time we make sure that we don't hurt anybody. So here things are getting a little bit relaxed, and as we have a bit of a laughter, people find it comfortable. So that always happens, as you could see. So the friction has been taken away, because I need to mentally prepare them for the next round, and one student is getting ready for getting the properties. Now this card that I'm holding is the next round's important ingredient. That is, the card will contain almost about 8 words, and based on the 8 words they will have to make a storyline and they will have to make a presentation. And here I'm giving a proper demonstration as a part of my own team. I am making a presentation myself, and as per the theme, the other people have to recruit me based upon the presentation I'm making. So I'm making a presentation continuously, and the opposite team is listening to me, and they are going to give me credits or merits based upon my performance. So I wanted that to be a demonstration and also supporting the other team, which was a little bit weak. So I finished my presentation, and these people are giving a round of applause, and then they are giving the result. Now it is the turn of the opposite team. So now the opposite team is starting, and they are making the presentation with their own respective cards, and the other team is observing. And then the round got a little bit advanced to where they had to give extensive presentation, and the other team also finished their presentation. And then we had a little bit of a fun moment, tiny little breaks in between, in order to ease up the friction, as I mentioned earlier. So the round went on like this, presentation with the cards, and 3 teams, the online team and the 2 teams in the direct form, they all finished, and now the round got extended, and they are supposed to have one more presentation before the end of today's class, and they wanted an open house discussion, so they were asked to leave the hall, and they had an open house discussion, little private discussion for their own team members. And this time they made sure that the strategy is properly meant, because previously there was a bit of a kind of an iron treatment on the flaws and errors that they committed, and they are just trying to make sure that the same errors are not committed this time around. And they are coming to the end of the activity as well, so more focus. And now the presentation resumes in the final round of the day's activity, and all the other tiny little kids were given the platform, elevated platform rather, for making the presentation, and they finished their presentation in a handsome fashion. So this is how December 9th went on, and people had a fulfilled kind of receiving, delivering, presenting and learning atmosphere on December 9th, 2020. So we wrapped with this.